Well, it's simping season. And guess what? It's also the year of the rabbit. In the brief time she was on screen, even if we only got a few minutes of her, this badass lady stood out as the embodiment of what it meant to be a certified muscle mommy. Rumi Usagiyama, better known as the pro hero Mirko. If you believe a quirk of a small, timid woodland creature wouldn't make much of an impact, think again. Or else, you'll find your noggin crushed between some inspiring yet terrifying thighs. We can tell she was a force to be reckoned with from the brief time we got to witness her in action. With powerful legs and devastating lower body strength, the rabbit hero can effortlessly smash through doors made of thick steel, decimate anyone in her path with powerful kicks, and bounce and leap great distances in a single bound. This makes it all the more glaring that Mirko is nothing less than an absolute beast on the field of battle. Who knew the rabbit quirk could be used so viciously?
What's up, Doc?
The rabbit hero, as ever, is an outlier amongst the pro heroes, as she, ironically, has a lone wolf mentality and insists on taking things on alone. No hero agency, no sidekicks, no hero alliances. She doesn't view herself as a coward who must rely on the strengths of others and ask for support from someone to watch her back. This independence gives her the freedom to move freely without anyone slowing her down. Mirko is, after all, a person who is capable of taking care of herself, making it all the more incredible that this independent hero has worked tirelessly on her own to climb all the way to number 5 on Japan's Hero Billboard chart, where she is the highest-ranking female pro hero. All of Japan is her home territory. Thus, criminals and evildoers everywhere must beware the fast and the furriest. With a self-assured grin and a self-reliant attitude, the tough bunny heroine enjoys moving, hopping, and exploring at the first sign of danger. As a bold woman of action, she respects those with guts who are equally quick to react and take decisive action, whether it'll be declaring their intent or rushing to the scene. The same holds true for calling out heroes who act in ways she has a strong dislike for, such as teaming up or acting meekly, which Mirko views as a sign of weakness. This, is coming from someone whose decision to become a hero was based on their excitement for the opportunity to kick baddies in the butt. As a result, there is no shortage of instances in which she is kicking ass on her own. It should be no surprise that Rumi has an infamous past of being an excitable youth who constantly jumped at the chance to participate in action anytime it presented itself. Even before the visible muscles were developed, she'd always been a girl with guts who could be described as a troubled hooligan due to her free-spirited, brash demeanor, to frequently act on her whims, to crash into underground fighting clubs for excitement, the rush, and the adrenaline of kicking some ass. However, Rumi would set her ego and her love for combat aside when it came to the importance of the mission. And, if at all possible, she would help others in need once her duty was done, as she's not the kind of person to stand by and do nothing. Mirko lives in the moment and is fiercely determined to succeed. Their work as a professional hero demands them to put themselves in dangerous situations where death is a real possibility. Therefore, as a result, she never thinks about tomorrow, as she made the decision to live each day as if it was her last, so that she won't look back on her life with regret when the time comes for her to pass away. You may put a lot of emphasis on her fighting skills or physical prowess, but what defines Rumi Usagiyama more than anything else is her perseverance, lack of hesitation, and conviction to act swiftly before it's too late. She will even willingly lay down her life to carry out her duty because, for her, she's lived the ideal life she sought, adopting this daring attitude to live freely until her last breath. In a place where life and death are so close together, you need to be a bit unhinged to thrive or survive. Say what you will about the fact Rumi became a hero simply for the purpose of beating up villains. Yes, her battle hunger did not make her out to be the ideal role model, particularly in light of the way in which she operates and her attitude towards characteristics that are important to be a pro hero. But Mirko's contribution to the raid's success was absolutely essential. In fact, without her, things would have turned out far worse. Having the speed and propensity for fighting alone, she was tasked to move headfirst into the depths of the enemy territory. The lone rabbit found herself in a precarious situation, where she must defend herself against opponents who are stronger than her, while acting alone and without any backup. The fact that the rabbit hero didn't give up despite the awful conditions, in what would eventually be a life-losing battle, shows what a remarkable heroine she is.
こちとら、いつ死んでも後悔ないよ。毎日死ぬ気で息してる。
Mirko had continued to press on with the pursuit, with just sheer willpower, even with a severed arm and numerous open wounds, comparable to a rabbit, which has the instinct to hide its pain, in that it can withstand serious injuries. If anything was to be seen, it was a battle-crazed heroine who was enjoying every second of it and was willing to go on. By continuing to carry out her duties until she either prevails or is rendered incapable during the raid, she made it quite clear that she will die if necessary, but only once the goal was achieved. With something that would decide the fate of the world, braving numerous wounds and hostile attacks, Mirko was pushed to use every last bit of energy to make sure the job got done.
The thing about heroes is that we never give up!
The mere fact that she urges other pro heroes to put the goal ahead of herself, while she was in danger of dying, demonstrates that she is indeed a true hero who isn't just in it for the chance to participate in fights legally. 'Tis but a scratch.
You need me to kick her?
Only seconds separated Mirko from thwarting the villain's grand scheme, and a few more could have made the difference. Despite faring better than a majority of pro heroes, the drive to make up for it persists and is not taking this setback lying down. While aware of her limitations, she knew what she could and couldn't do when the situation required it, and focused on finishing the work no matter what it took, even if she has to be a part of the team. The rabbit hero can also manage what she had previously resisted if someone with a personality roughly similar to her own is doing the same. The regret is still present. Thus, even if her body were irreparably damaged before then, her spirit would not break. Mirko would just keep fighting with the same ferocity until that awful feeling became no more. When she leaves this world, she's leaving with no regrets. You know, for someone who simps for their own creation, Horikoshi really brutalizes her more than anyone else. Let us pray that she makes it out in one piece. Alrighty, make sure to like, share, and comment your own thoughts on Mirko. I love to hear all about it.